sure everything's set on up. 6 notifications. What? Let that load up notifications. Because Twitter is going. Rumble is booting on up. Looks like everything's booting on and up. I'm activate the live chat windows. And there we go. Save a preview over on my other screen. Twitch here, and give me a moment to check, moment to check my other computer. And looks like everything's good to go. Looks like my throat's having trouble clearing up. My apologies for my drink open up, but I need to get some in me. Today I do have some replays. I'm actually searched and downloaded, so we shall do them for today. At least see if this will last on for the stream. When it comes to, what was it? This, just doing this will help fix some issues. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Mythology replay. So on the right side is the blue Odin. We got Fabian Skyen? How do you pronounce the A with the O with the little circle on top? I have no idea. So on the left side is the red Freyr. We got Indurek. I'll probably butcher that name as well. Unlike the other replays I usually cast, which are usually the live games lobby, in this case, this one was actually uploaded to a Discord channel, so I'm deciding to do a bit of uploaded replays. Which probably more likely guarantee me some higher quality replays. For Relax the map, got Archimedes Leisure, gain -1 population for siege weapons, which could be quite nice for the battering rams, maybe a ballista. Hermes Wing Spandals makes your heroes 5% fast, which I think is actually better for Odin. Odin tends to have faster heroes, right? Pandora's Box, I recommend you should open up. Makes your myth units 15% cheaper. And up north, we do have Demeter's Throne, which makes your drop-off locations cheaper, which for Ox cards, that's actually not super useful. But at least makes your house cost 50% less as well, so that's always going to be quite handy. We do have this temple in a heretical angle. The gods shall be unpleased with this angle. Summons, of course, the 2 free ravens. I just realized it actually spawns exactly the same location. And, of course, got the weird issue where the pop-up bar does go to the spot. You have age up being selected. We've got the Freyja. His opponent, of course, can go for a couple different initial gods. Of course, in Freyja, gives access to Valkyrie damage speed, Cavalry damage speed and hit points, and of course, hero hit points. Or of course, here, Draugrs gives increased damage, max range for Draugrs, the Longhouse speed, and enables short burst speed after idle. And the Ring of Oath, make your Asgardian Bastion's favor cost reduced, and the faster research speed. Of course, since it's not the live games lobby, pulling up these extra menus does pause the game, so I have to remember that. With a live game, I could just simply pull up a menu saying, hey, this person has this research while the game is ongoing, but in this case, I can't do so much. Got Uller being researched, will give him access to Asgardian Bastion and the Draugrs. Freyja has been researched as well, gives the not-so-great Forest Firepower. Though in a situation like this, where there's some buildings nearby, could be quite nice. Going to slow down as well, since we do have the Valkyrie advancing. We got Thord the Belcher. He must drink a little bit too much. We do have the Watchtower upgrade immediately being researched, which will help him defend himself against the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie is, of course, quite resilient, having 375 hit points, 55% rage resist, Oxcart moving his butt, and we do have the Forest Fire. The Hersier needs to stop carrying the relic and start pursuing the Valkyrie. Does not have any less combat capability while carrying a relic. Raiding Cavalry not being salvaged, we do have the Watchtower still being researched. And we've got the temple actually over here, and a bit of walls there as well, securing the flanks. There is a bit of traversable land there. And he also is mainly going for Crenulation research. Usually I don't see that research queued up. It is relatively cheap, 75.75. Myth units cost more than that. And, oh, we do have also Infinite Q Raiding Cavalry, so this replay that was uploaded may be also a bit of a custom game, since that's usually not enabled. Do now have the Asgardian Hill Fort being established. Got these Raiding Cavalry advancing. Good number of Hersiers on the field. I wonder who had the faster hero relic. Hersiers are nice, but they're also a little bit overrated in my opinion when it comes to combat. They're pretty much meant for favorite generation as well as being decent combat units, but they're not perfect combat units. Valkyrie did take some damage there. We got more Hersiers advancing way forward and the Ulfsark. This Ulfsark's still here, and the Asgardian Hill Fort will have another 100 seconds, so he has just straight up abandoned it. Does not have towns in here to some girl in Presetting. That one may be a little bit too far away, so the Asgardian Bastion will go down at 4-3. Best keep that Valkyrie alive as best she can. Best the blue can, so get some passive healing there. Maybe while these guys are slicing, she can be used to heal while in combat.
Ski pun.
Looks like the Valkyrie will effectively go down for free. Decent number of raiding cavalry there. Need some Erdman to engage. Is going for some queues of Erdman. More raiding cavalry on the build queue. Healer Bersetti has been summoned. Very good number of raiding cavalry. No more long house in the field. Needs to get another one deployed in the field to get out some spearmans. Or Erdman. And red may be a little bit low on food, but of course you can always just queue up dwarves. In fact, he has both queues going, so regardless, that means he can just tap into 2 pools of resource. If he doesn't have enough to fill up one queue, he can at least always go for the other queue. The dwarves are digging away, and one dwarf does not go down there. And looks like Crenulations has been researched. Looks like this player, seeing the amount of raiding cavalry field, I think he went for Crenulations just because of how much he may be familiar with fighting this player, and hence why he has gotten the anti-cavalry damage for his watchtowers. Crenulations precisely adds 50% bonus damage versus cavalry and adds 2 maximum range as well as adds a set of tracking 99, so they have near perfect tracking. Plus 2 range is quite nice, and of course 50% damage versus the cavalry is quite reasonable, especially when it's fighting against cavalry. He's got a health regen here, and right now there's not even medium rating cavalry. He may want to queue up medium rating cavalry, seeing how much rating cavalry in the field. Though, the medium upgrade provides... All those things gatherers will go down. I'm trying to see longhouse or longhouse anywhere. Gatherers go down. Blues running back away. Medium cavalry does cost. Where is the upgrade? Oh, wait, that's the longhouse. I need the great hall. Because it provides what? Plus 15, plus 15, so you can mathematically break down when it would be cost effective to actually go for it. Though luckily the health regen is being quite handy. He's using dwarves to pluck up the delicious gazelle, which is not super great. Draugr fire volley there, that is his free Draugr. He finally got sent in the fray. Freyja. Freyr. Sent it into Freyr. Against Freyja. And there's quite a bit of splash damage here since it does have piercing projectiles. Birdmen now being still on the field. Best not go throwing axemen. Throwing axemen are anti-infantry, while there are some throwing axemen in the field. Against raiding cavalry, best to go for just Erdmen. Olfsarks wouldn't be a half bad idea. Now the Asgard Bastion only costs 40 favor, which is actually quite feasible very soon. May deploy it over here to protect that flank. But yep, let's see. Raiding medium cavalry provides 10 plus 10 plus 10, costs 150 resources. So, and each raiding cavalry is 90. So in order to get plus 10 equals 1, it needs to be 10 and then 9, which would be 900. Yeah, he's at large enough numbers where he can get medium cavalry be very, very good. After all, 150 resources, so in order to make it worth its value, you need to get at least 90, so 9, 150 divided by 9, which is 10, 12, 19, I believe, if my offhand math is incorrect. And of course, he has more than 19 on the field. Wait, no. Not 19. It's less than that. Yeah, I can't do all quick math right now. That Asgard Bastion is mostly built, but its auto build is pretty slow. First, here's him throwing axemen trying to engage. He does use some raiding cavalry to engage. Asgard Bastion is trying to quickly take it out, and he will. Yeah, just 16, not 19. That's the proper number. Sorry, doing odd math while in the middle of live streams. Sounds like a great idea. Generally, rule of thumb you don't would do. It looks like the raiding cavalry's falling back. He may want to split off the Hersiers on the Olfsark. And there's some Erdmen mix on infrared now. 7 of them, which are a pretty nice counter. You don't need too many to be a successful counter, since after all they do provide ×4 damage versus cavalry. Effectively giving them 22 DPS per second, which is very nice. I was like throwing axes will be picked off by this Erdman. Another Valkyrie, he is going for Shield Maiden Valkyrie, so he has gotten the Valkyrie upgrade. We do have the Servants of Glory, gives fast move speed for his longhouse units, which is actually in this situation very important. This is a watchtower. Oh, what was that? Lag spike. That lag spike's weird. I didn't even drop any frames there, so that was a game that was a game engine lag spike. Not sure what happened there. No, wait, the number is at 16.6, or 17 cavalry. I should really stop trying to do that math. I'm just now second guess myself. 17 or 16.6666, final answer. Cavalry required to make that upgrade cost effective. Going from the watchtower here has been number Erdman. And these guys have full ground stance. So he took a lot of red did take a lot of whole 3 damage there. So he's trying to fall back now, going for a big round of research. Another Asgard and Bastion piece on the field. This one does cost 40 as well. Looks like all future ones just cost simply 40 rather than get increasing costs.
Skipper.
Lewis gone for some defense or just basic infrastructure, including 2 armories. And I do have Age Up by Odin, go for Njord to give access to the Mountain Giant. No, it's actually been a while since I've seen Mountain Giants. Most of the time I see Frost Giants or Battle Boars. Monkeys going down. Or baboons. We got Thundering Hooves being researched now. Very good number of Valkyries here, so any downtime out of combat will instantly heal himself up. Prayer has enough gold to age up. We'll need to get a bit more food, a lot more food. You can always go for Bragi to get Battle Boars or Ager for the Mountain Giants. Blue's not sure your way forward. You have Red's Perseer getting cleaned on up. And some of the extra going down. The Great Hall is not constructing buildings, so the scout building is not visible to Blue. They got some housing there, bit of a home wrecker.
Skipan.
We do now have these cavalry rotating around. Taking some damage there from the town center. Renditions does affect them. I heard something die over here as well. I'm not sure what it was. Renditions does also affect the Asgardian Bastion or Asgardian Hill Fort. He also does have watchtowers here as well, so he has a lot of extra defense this region. We do also have the medium cavalry arena giver to get Jarl's extra hit points and give them bonus damage versus myth units. Red's going for Ager. It's also going for some Huskarls. I don't think Huskarls are a good idea. They're a counter-range unit, but the only range units that have to fight are Gobi, which are heroes and more meant for anti-myth unit duty, and the Throwing Axemen, which are also will counter Huskarls. They'll counter each other, and I put a bit more weight into Throwing Axemen in that situation. Huskarls do have high range armor, but the problem is Throwing Axemen do melee damage. There's also come for short this free Mountain Giant. That'll be a mobile siege weapon. I noticed that Red also got him for a shield upgrade, which is actually not a good idea. He's not fighting against any range damage here, so they have to go for any shield upgrade. Walking Woods have been summoned, which I believe are do bonus damage versus structure, or do they have good crush damage? Walking Woods are advancing with the portable battering ram.
Tilbúin.
A good number of shield maidens here. And here comes the frost. And he's providing some fire support or ice support. Got some throwing axemen there hitting the Mount Giant. He needs his Heresier to hit that.
Yo!
The number of Valkyries up here. Here comes the Rock Giant. It too acts as a siege weapon, but attacks far slower than the Mountain Giant. It's also far more durable and meant for very support. Shield Maidens will be going down. She needs to start backing those off, or he.
Skipan.
And Blue's starting to fall back there. Right now, Red does have a larger army field, has a higher quality army, but only by a small margin, and there's still a decent number of watchtowers in the field, so Red's been very aggressive with those watchtowers. Not necessarily aggressive, but assertive. Red's going for some various research, including the feats of renown, holding oil, bronze weapons, and ballistics. Blue's also going for crenellations and bowling oil. Also, Blue is actually out of food as well. He has only 8 villagers on food, which appear to be farms. Valkyries and importing batting rams now engaging this town center, who has a bit of a garrison of some sort. The Rock Giant has been summoned. The town center has gone down. Villagers going to be shaking the portable rams. Villagers be building down for some siege weapons. He also has some ox carts near the town center as well, so he has a drop-off point for those farms. He can still recrew. And he's going to get some units to rebuild that town center. Blue's trying to fall back now. We do have another Asgardian Bastion being summoned right here. Take another 90 seconds. It does go faster as the ages progress. Blue's going for a bronze shield as well. With the amount of defenses that Blue's fighting against, actually it's not a bad idea to go for his shields. Though it's still not as important. Just better best go for the other upgrades first. Reaction being picked apart by Blue's forces. Rock Giant smashing the portable ram. Rise to average more towns others have 2 into 5 population versus 2 into 5 maximum population.
Tilbúin. Skipan.
More Asgardian Guild Force have been established. Woodman and Huskarls getting picked off there. This of course feast for now, just give him some health regen as well as some basic food trickle. But going for excess hill force is not necessarily a bad thing, but it will take a bit of time to recover a profit if you're trying to build it for a trickle.
Yo!
Red's pushing forward or counterattacking with a decent sized force. Good number of throwing action Gobi on the field for Blue. He's going to sound that Age of Giant, at least Gobi. Portable batarangs will take too much full damage from those throwing axemen. Those Perseus and Odin push forward, he picked up by the goatee. Takes out that hill fort as well. Good enough batarangs push forward for red. Reacts against some damage here. We do have now the portable batarang falling back. The damage got the Huskarl or the Jarl gain some damage from these forces. Does have time to multiplier versus myth units, but doesn't have a bonus damage versus range units like most cavalry. There's the portable batarangs engaging the villagers. Red's going for some more Draugrs. Don't know if that's a good idea versus all of these goatee. They're also not Revenant Yard Draugrs. Okay, that's been established somewhere up. I don't know. That's probably just meant for basic training, not for training ox caravans. And now Red's aging up to Vidar. Give access to the Fafnir and the Inferno. Odin is not stuck to age up just yet. Has, I think, enough gold to age up. Needs a lot more food though. That's a bigger problem. By time, and that's well, a little bit too much wood as well. Council is engaging, trying to get these villagers on the far side engaged these portable batarangs. The villagers trying to perk up the town center now. I've got villagers in Retold can repair structures, unlike in Gold Edition. Don't think they can repair in Gold Edition. And now Blue has queued up Baldur, give access to the Fire Giants and to the Ragnarok. Blue does have max up villagers, so if he were to get some ox caravans, he won't be won't be a complete dead still if he goes for Ragnarok. Of course, needs a lot more food. He actually has consumed his gold, has still a massive wood reserve though. Jarls gains good damage on Red's villagers, among everything. There's a decent amount of defenses here, so Blue can't push too far forward. He's going to be killed off by the attrition damage by all of these fortresses, or hill forts. And Red is now aged up, has access to the Inferno ability, as well as to the Fafnir. And his Vidar is... There's the Inferno. There it is. Blast of the villagers there. There's a Fafnir. This Vidar is also, of course, a Egyptian god and not the self-about Hall so you can find in War Thunder. Which actually is just the South Korean K9 imported to Sweden. A lot of research and a lot of units queued on for Red, including a Ballista, to expand on his population. Blue has not started to age up, and needs a lot more food, primarily. Though extra gold will not hurt. He can always sell off 2,000 wood. He also went for some box caravans. That's what the market is. He can always do better. remaining bastion being summoned by Red, just right there. Red will break down this wall there.
Skipan.
Fafnir has been slain by the Great Jarls. They did have, of course, at times 2 damage against myth units. Also did give him 300 gold, so he has plenty of gold to age up, some more food. He has only 14 villagers there. He has over 3,000 food. He needs to spend it on farms or something. Those Huskarls and Olsarks are getting picked off there. Ballista, Trick War gives some damage on various structures. Blue may abandon that gold deposit entirely. There's nope, no more gold deposit there. There's a gold deposit here, which Blue does have scouted out, but he needs to find another gold deposit. This could be another possibility. He's trying to go for Hill Fort here. But Blue's forces do get cleaned up there. And that does go down. We do have part of the guards being queued on up, giving human soldiers plus attempts and hit points, and of course give them anti-hero damage. Rock Giant now advancing. And that Valkyrie does a pretty good volley there. These are Revenant Draugrs now. Huh, they have times 4 multiplier against structures. They always have that? Oh, they're affected by burning pitch. Huh. Yeah, I didn't see anything with, I guess it must be something specific that allows Draugrs to be upgraded by burning pitch. Apparently they are. Did not know that. Blue nowhere nears have enough gold nor food to age on up. And we've got a good number of these villagers not being picked off by these throwing axemen. Blue's also having trouble remaxing, running low on gold, pretty low in food, and gonna be too much wood at the moment. Charles, he consumed wood and gold. And maybe one reason why he went for them rather than going for anything that costs food, because there's too much wood. Red's now obtaining a forward town center. Fireballer there. And looks like blue does go ahead and back of the game. The Zangrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Yes, one thing I always have to do is fix the edge speed scrolling. There we go. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Mythology replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Cyan patron goddess got Injuric. Spawn on top right side as the pink Kronos got Matilda Moshka 333. First, when it comes to early eco phase, I'm going to fast forward a little bit there. This is a hybrid map, so we could see some fishies being tamed. Got Polygamon statue, increasing villager hit points by 40%. Probably pretty useful for Kronos to grab that. We do also have Jade Hair here. Gives Mythians more speed. Oh, howdy. And over here, we do have the Titan's Treasure. Makes your aging up 10% cheaper. Or we could see Harmona's Necklace, giving villagers increased gold gathering rate. When it comes to the gods, Kronos can be aged up to Prometheus or for Leto. And for the patron goddess, we do have Anubis or Bast. Age of Mythology, this is of course the HD remaster. Age of Mythology came out after Age of Empires 2, before Age of Empires 3 in about what, 2002, 2001? I cast Company Heroes 1 every Thursday right now. And of course I upload replays about 3 times a week. Or at least three replays per week. Which I think I released some today. There may have been a couple shorter ones.
And Luigi.
Also got some fishing boats course here. Pink or Cyan as well. Up here, Pink is also eyeing for another harbor there. Good number of fishies. Oracles go around scouting this stuff out. We do have Bass being queued on up. And over here, got nothing yet for Kronos. He's definitely start eyeing. May want to slow down the economics. Kronos does get double myth unit there, so his immediate pop will give him a little extra bit of power. More boar has been killed. And Anubis has been deployed in the field, which give him access to Jackal. Jackal will find the Oracle. He is not queued up a god. It's not uncommon to see Prometheus for Kronos. If he had Prometheus, he could have cast the Valor Power there to get a cure to fight the Anubite. I'm going to sneeze. My apologies. The Anubite's moving around. Got a manor here, which of course can hide away the villager. We do also have Necropolis, giving increases the rate monuments generate favor, so plus 25% favor generation rate. This one does cost no favor, which makes sense. Is an upgrade to improve favor. Does activate Heroify the citizen there to do her part or his part. Samuel the Nubite does knock on the far side there. And Prometheus now being queued on up. He is heroifying this Oracle. Force gets less damage there, while the citizen retains good melee damage in Age 1. Most times, most units do not get good melee damage in Age 1 in the Archaic Age, but in this case, Oracles do not get bonus damage, extra damage. They have to go to the next age before they get the full damage.
In which
Got some new bites pushing way forward. Not new bites, spearmen. I'm mixing up all my words. My apologies. Spearmen not pushing any farther forward. Going for the triremes now, or the arrow ships, should I just say. We got some Promethean to engage the spearmen. They should do well enough. They do have 50% hack armor.
Into you.
We do have now the upgrade Anvil Clay, giving increased hit points to the Promethean, increasing the Offspring's hit points by 20% as well, and actually adds an extra Offspring upon death. But here comes the carrier ships. These fishing ships need to get inside the docks. Man is getting hit. He does have some more Prometheans being summoned.
Gary.
These fishing boats are not being saved. Quadruple Promethean pusher forward. Do have some priests here. Those are going to strike on the deer. Next up, got Feed the Jackal there, improving Nubite's damage, hit point, and jump range. Oh, and there's Prosperity God Power by the Patron Goddess. Now the Serpent Spirit giving poison damage to Spearmen. I think they buffed this upgrade because they were pretty bad before. Got some tornadoes here to be pulling out, counter range units. A good number of Promethean, but there's a good number of priests here to stop the Promethean. Obelisk here to torment his opponent. Time shifting this watchtower over here, or central tower. He also has plenty of use of favor. You can pull out more use of favor or the Valor God power to spend the little favor acquires. Cherubics are the counter infantry unit there, which is probably a good idea to get on the field. That dock will go down. Sign's bringing forward some villagers, trying to climb up this gold mine here. Medium slinger, copper upgrades. Cherry Ballista firing away. Does have valor power on another one of Cherry Ballista. Promethean push forward. We've got a pretty good amount of slingers going down there, pretty much for free. Obelisks getting destroyed there. Going for more obelisks there. They're pretty cheap, like 5 gold. Looks like the priest will go down, and now the obelisk as well quickly goes down there. More slingers, more spearmen. Terminals be a good counter to the slingers, however, they counter each other. Definitely time probably best ignore the slingers. Cherubs, I understand, for flying a small number to deal with all of these spears. Just need to make sure they stay away from the slingers, they'll be just fine. Mermellos are definitely a good option in this situation. Side Force getting quickly ripped apart there, most of them are mellows. Cherubs did some great work there, does manage to pick most of them off. And now all of these guys taking some damage there. So I thought I saw some effects there. More Mermellos on the build queue, more slingers. Just probably best to avoid throwing out anything the slingers to counter. Just go for Mermellos. One's going for more spearmen as well, which are counter cavalry units, so probably best to go for more Mermellos. In other words, I don't see a reason why the Chronos should not just eye for more Mermellos in this situation. A handful of Shaded Blister could be quite nice. Just help clean up the spearmen a little bit quicker, but they will effectively be sacked to deal with, the slingers effectively take them out pretty quickly there. Got this manor being time shifted. We got now Sobek being queued on up. Give access to the Petchusos, which can be upgraded to Pet Sobek, the Laser Crocs. Because after all, everything needs a warm meal. Everything deserves a warm meal. You have military barracks spawn in the field, another manor here as well to provide the temporal effect. The temporal scaffolding. Or this is passive. We got, what's this, Flood of the Nile? Yeah, Flood of the Nile there, gets 1 food trickle. Don't denial it. We also have Age up over here. We got Rhea, which is actually a pretty rare of the minor gods for Chronos. Usually, was it Hyperion or Satyrs? Rhea gets access to Behemoth, a living siege weapon. Also gets the Orc Mail, a very good Pierce armor upgrade. And plus, you get the Traitor God power, which actually is a very nice god power. Allow you to claim one of your opponent's units, such as myth units, such as Petchusos. Chronos, of course, get 2 Behemoths. Chronos could also steal himself a rock there. I don't think that would be a good idea, though. Was this Heart of the Titans? Heroic promotion time by 75%, making it far quicker and easily more responsive. Which is going to be, or Pink's trying to obtain this town center now.
Garrick.
Overall, it feels like Pink's army is far superior. Sign's not going for some Axemans. Big round of heroic Mermellos now being summoned. Even not all of them are full health, so I'm not sure that's a super great idea. Does use the Traitor God card. The priest quickly smites it. The Locust being summoned. It's more of an anti-villager tool, but does get some decent damage on these forces. The Behemoth still advancing. They haven't drawn too much fire. They're not really a big threat in this fight. They do offer okay damage, nothing too spectacular. But they did eat a lot of shots there from the priests. And also Pink does fall back. Oh. Also, combat music happened at the end of the fight. Priest will quickly hook up this forest there. Got more behemoths being summoned in the field. I don't think they're going to be too particularly good. Looks like my chair is creaking. This brand new chair is already creaking. Many of the particular settings, like the tension bar. And we've got snakes being summoned. Where exactly in that show? Right there. Have some Argus archers in the field. For the amount of this field, I think it'd be a good idea not to go for Argus archers. Argus archers do have good range, 20, so use them in 19. Pink has took out the front line, but doesn't have much of any forces remaining. Got some destroyers in the field with Orichalcum to get some pretty... They're pretty resilient. There's Orichalcum as well. The behemoth gets smited down pretty quickly there. We've got the Dark Waters research. Cardonaris are a good anti-range tool. His opponent only has a handful of spearmen in the field, so he's starting to go for Axemen. Camel Riders are being summoned as well, which also get bonus damage for his cavalry. Of course, go for Rhea. Gives access to Rhea's gift, or something that allows early fanatics, right? Looks like those camels got stuck there.
Into wedge.
Nothing special on these guys here for upgrades.
Into you.
Nothing for special on the Axemen as well. Yep, Horns of Consecration now give access to early fanatics. Got Carnalations and Boiling Oil, as was Heavy Cavalry being summoned by Pink. Pink or Sign has not gone for this extra towns down here. Siege towers are straightforward. All these units should be able to pick them off pretty quickly. Looks like getting hit by the camel there. Pink's cavalry is going straight for the slingers. The other cavalry is starting to slowly be picked on off. Cavalry being picked on off. Contineris pushing down south and getting these various forces. More Contineris being summoned. I hear some trebuchets. Oh, nope, there's the siege ships firing. Another Prosperity God power being summoned by the Patron Goddess. Deconstruction is still available for Kronos. You can always just deconstruct a palace that he may run into, or a Mugul stronghold. Heavy infantry now being researched by Pink. That's move to Orichalcum. Attack armor of the infantry by 15%. Unit does go down there, unless his force being cleaned up. These Contineers trying to hit these villagers as well as slingers. Let's have these mod defenses here, guard towers. Sea Tower trying to push their way forward. Pink's army's not doing all too well. Now got this nickel stronghold being touched by Sign as well. Camels pretty forward. The criminal is actually quite wounded. Does lose a couple of them there. Does focus a couple peltas. The counter cavalry unit there should be good against those camel riders. Traders the siege tower. Don't know how bad that is, but it's drawing a decent amount of slinger fire. Carmelo is pushing forward with some more Conteneras. His converted siege tower does take out a grain, which costs 0. The converted siege tower has gone down. Peace armies, those are being sent in piecemeal, slowly being picked off there. More watchtowers being summoned. And the patron god is now aging up to Thoth. Gives access to the Phoenix and to the meteor god power. Spearman slowly being picked off there. Got another Mughal stronghold going on up. Citizens starting to go down. Got these siege towers being summoned. I think force pushing forward, but good number of watchtowers or guard towers in this region. We now have the age up there. Got meteors being summoned. Nails this watchtower directly. Strikes the army. Getting a lot of hits down the armies. Strikes on the watchtowers there. He's not damaged there, and he start repairing those structures up. Phoenix pretty forward. Any of the Atlantean range heroes can deal with that. Time shifting his way forward. Citizens being engaged by laborers. More slayers, more spearmen being brought up by Cyan. He does heroic fights with Irma's there to engage the Phoenix. Should be able to easily shoot it down. Slingers out. Oh, converts the Phoenix. Of course, there's some priests there to shoot it down, and it will also be shot down. Yes, but he got the egg there. But it looks like Sign will smash it, no problem. Sign's cleaning up some of these forces here, and does clean up those forces, allowing them time to heal on up. Watchtowers being time shift its way forward. Cyan is cleaning up this gold deposit there. Pink is trying to drop this gold deposit being collected up, but we've got some counter cavalry units here. Oh, that's a heavy Argus. Palace here. Chronos needs followers are eyeing to age up. Can go for either Hecate or Age or Atlas, right? Helios or Atlas. No Hecate. Catapult does put a round in the watchtower. Signs starting to transition to some chariot archers. And Pink does still have a good amount of cavalry in the field. They have similar military numbers and civilian counts. They're pretty even, barring the fact that Sign does have tech up advantage of champion units. Against all of those camel riders and any possible infantry, fanatics seem particularly useful to me. Though chariot archers will technically be a counter to them. There are a number of infantry, villagers there that could be picked on off. Trying to build another palace right here to protect the gold deposit. Defense P's to go on down there. Got some destroyers to mix on in. Rhinos doesn't have too large stockpile resources, but neither does the Patron Goddess. Yim is now engaging the Miggle stronghold. And now you have a time shifted palace being summoned down here. Very nice. As well as some of these watchtowers. Some of these citizens starting to go on down. So are the laborers. Got 85 versus 92, and a good number of them are still quite exposed here. Villagers are grouped in front of the palaces. Deconstruction there on that mid-gold stronghold, very nice. Citizens starting to go on down. Both sides losing significant amount of civilians. And right now, Pink is out of gold. And there's not too much gold on the map, and this is not exactly a good map for trade as well. Time's going to go for a good trade. We do have a Pink farm here somehow. Multiple catapults going on down. Another prosperity god power being summoned by the patron goddess, trying to squeeze out the rest of the possible gold. And looks like Sign has back to the game. This and great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I get started on the next replay, I do need to utilize the wrist machine. Please give me a moment. My apologies, I am back. Let's see now. Let's see. Probably should delete these as starts going. No, it's not actually deleting them. Am I crazy? Probably. I just know which ones I need to cast, or I've already cast. Of course, whenever casting replays, I need to fix this always. There we go. Greetings everyone, and great here for another Age Mythology replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the blue Freyr, we got Kibber. Spawn on top right side as the red Buwa. We have, or Nuwa, we got Kimbo. I don't know why, or Kimmo. I don't know why I always get some of these names mixed up. Well, because I'm also not 100% today. This is a hybrid map, so we may see some naval combat. We will see some fishies being collected on up. Both sides are splitting apart. I'm pretty sure this peasant reduced cost does not affect fishing boats. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Yep, when it comes, of course, to the initial age up, we do, of course, have, let's see now. Of course, Frasier to give access to cavalry stuff, as well as hero hit points, and early hit points, or joggers, and more Asgard bastions, which Asgard bastion along the flank or in the center could be quite nice. For Fuwa, we do, of course, have Hawthu, which the earthen walls, can that be used in water? I actually don't know. The more defensive towers could be quite nice to help protect your sea. Drop off for more resources, build rate, or you can see the vanish for fast reduced training, and summoning some free units. A loose idea. You have the Pioneer here.
准备好了。
Oh. Also got some more goats being obtained by Red. They are, of course, the goat. Not as queued up their age up just yet. Usually not common seen Asgardian bastions. Pioneers down. Nice little free kill there. Oops. Red has established a dock both sides now. Blue established a very forward dock here. With this very forward dock, Blue should eye to get his age up quicker than his opponent. Red almost has enough food to age on up. So does Blue. So the age is going to be very, very similar. Temple is now built, and he is going for Uller, gives access to Asgardian bastions. I noticed he went from some early Huskarls, or not Huskarls, Ulfsarks, to help with early production, which could help him produce the Asgardian bastion. Got dock over here as well, so I'm thinking it's going to be just proxy ships here for now. Over here, there may need to be Asgardian bastion to protect this region. It's going for some basic walls. Age up here as well, which is Hawthu, giving it the Quan Key, which is the hybrid can fly and land. And looks like Red's immediately going for hammer ships. Blue is going for nothing at the moment. No. Oh, we got a flag there. Yep, hammer ships located inside. And there's the hammer ships. It's hammer time. Granted, the docks do provide a range defensive arrows, and these guys are particularly weak to range damage. Only have 10% range resist. And these guys, of course, are more close to mallet ships rather than hammer ships. Still close enough. Over here, we do have a fishing boat. And Asgard Bastion has not been summoned. Got an arrow ship here, very nice. And Draugr engaging this dock. It's divine damage, the only thing that's going to be effective versus this thing. Got siege ship here as well, which are good against arrow ships. Multiple siege ships now on the field to complement the hammer ships or the mallet ships. Draugr decides to engage that Quan key there. 18 damage, 400 health. This has 7 damage. It has AoE line attacks. Focusing attack speed, less health. We now got the Hersian and the Huskars ripping parts of the thing. Does try to fly away. Rolled a bit of a miss there. Almost down though. No Asgard Bastion being summoned. Earthen Walls being summoned. I think about it, the Earth Walls probably can't be used in water. After all, they are Earth Walls, not Water Walls. Mallet ships push way forward. Of course, there's going to be decent on defense arrows here. And Blue's going for a forward town center, which does give a good spot for Gillen Bersetti, but an H2 Gillen Bersetti is not too particularly great, just fine. Longhouse Armory, maybe Asgard Bastion to accompany this town center. Usually see this gets deployed immediately, but that's simply not the case. We got Angel being deployed Qnon up to give access to the Rock Giants. We already have the Gumon being deployed in the field to get access to Tao Wu. I forget what the god is. I'm just too used to Gold Edition rather than Retold. Armory in the crater there. That's clearly a volcano, right? Rather than meteor crater. So that should be a good volcanic spot for mines, right? Fishing boats need to get on out of there. And Blue just simply is not deployed out as contestable navy. Though this age up, when it gets completed, should give him a free Kraken. There it is. Going for Longhouse speed.
Tilbuin?
Which I would not mind seeing that also affects Huskarls, but either way. There's Tavu there. Extra town center has been interrupted. Fire archers, of course, counter infantry as well as counter building. Draugr has been slain, and the Huskarl is going to be falling back now. We do now have the Vibrant Land research. House also acts as a wood drop site. Ager is complete, now has access to Tempest. Oh, we got a bit of a bug up here. This military unit count is definitely incorrect. I'm pretty sure Blue does not have 450. Sometimes I'm not sure what actually causes this. 450 military units. The value may be correct, but it feels like Blue doesn't have too much force in the field. He has more population in the field, so perhaps the value is correct, but the different number is incorrect. Yeah, I'm not sure what causes this sometimes. Because after all, a game I just recently cast, the previous game, the previous Freyr player had the same age up. I wonder if it was the Huskarls being deployed in the Archaic Age which may have caused it. Oh, could be the Kraken. The Kraken's getting hammered. Nope, it did not go down by 400. So I'm wondering if it's the Archaic Age Huskarls that could have done it. I'm not sure. Don't think it would go down. Oh, we do now have the the forest protection deployed onto the Baowi here. And Blue's going for a nice proxy of hill forts. Just no Asgard Bastion just yet. Oh, there's Asgardian Bastion. I'm completely blind. There's not the reduction of the favor to get it down from 100 down to 40. We also have now the Feast of Renown, giving some food generation for static defensive structures, town centers, hill forts, and provide them AoE healing aura. Another age up for red. We have now the Gong Gong being queued on up.
Yo.
Vision boat has gone down. You now have Vidar queued on up for blue. And going for mass Huskarls as well as Volksarks. One counters infantry, one counters range. There's a decent number of 2-tone units being summoned on the field, so the Huskarls will be quickly affected in this situation.
Skipan.
And got these forces now engaged with various villagers, some looking snared as well. Fortress force firing away. Kawu is resilient. Does headbutt some units there, knock them back. It looks like some of these boars are being disturbed as well. Gundam Hill Force are taking out, getting a good amount of damage on these White Horse Cavalry. Red's age is not complete. Now has access to the Great Flood, which has been summoned there. I've mentioned the Water Dragons. Water Dragons only range damage, so they're actually particularly horrible versus structures. They offers no crush damage. And 8% of range damage means really bad damage against structures, and slow attack speed is also really not good. So effectively 8 damage with slow attack speed means it does like less than 4 DPS against these fortifications. We do have another Asgardian Bastion going to deal. Great holes in front line as well. Vidar not actually being researched just yet. As well as Tempest, as well as the Golden Bassetti. Villagers migrating around, trying to go to this gold deposit, but the ox cart is on top of that winter storehouse. Or silo, I should say. And so the village comes idle here, the Huskarls, the Volksarks are going to get some great damage here and rip them all apart. And Red is down to 30 villagers. In fact, Red has no villager production at the moment. Oh, whoa. Oh, no. He does have some fishing boats, which that does not get counted up here. Actually, he has a very good number of fishing boats. But still, that's not good. In fact, the population is a little bit low. 150 max versus 105 max, which is max. He's going for some ox caravans, which are mechanical ox caravans, but this map's not super great for them. Bodhi's now trying to take on the Kulong. The peasants do cost a lot less, but still, having only 25 in the field is not good. He has 2 villager queues going. He's lost far too many. More Kulongs in point of field. Just need to get some more Godi. The scrolls push way forward. There's these number of Tiger Cavalry, which are of course cavalry units, so 3 X-Men in this situation are not going to be super great. Huskarls I understand. see, these cavalries also do bonus damage. This cavalry are range and melee, so I think Rudin Huskar will probably be a good combination for the Norse player. Huskar, of course, need to constantly try to flank around, hit the fire archers. Oh, looks like he has brought his turtle from the sea. Vidar is now being researched. Right now, Red does have more population on the field. The Tiger Cavalry is very, very powerful.
Skip.
Tiger Cavalry also only takes 3 populations, so they're pretty cost effective in population. Fortified Towns is almost complete by Blue, but I think it's being paused by the Vidar research. We may see Tempest here relatively soon. Got the dragon getting caught up on the hill fort. And the Asgardian Bastion being summoned. This hill fort's almost complete. Red's gonna fall back, doing a bit too much attrition damage there. More Huskar to build queue. Right now, Blue has pretty much no food income at the moment. Though he does have hill forts, which provide a decent amount of food income. Got the free Jorminer, who's now getting hammered. Does have decent resistance. It's more of a DPS myth unit. Iron upgrades being researched. There's the Inferno. He does have a Fafnir somewhere. This Inferno was not super great. It was more of a desperate Inferno. And that Sea Tortoise does go down. There's a Fafnir on the field somewhere. There's a Fafnir. Could push on forward. We do also now have the Fury of the Fallen, as well as Twilight Guardsman Research and Silent Resolve, as well as Champion Infantry and the rest of the Iron upgrades. Up here we do have the Shaker of the Heavens Research, Hero Hit Points plus 30%, and bonus damage against Myth units by 100%. Right, let's go for some more Fire Archers and more Tiger Cavalry. Tiger Cavalry push way forward. Got the Axe Cart receiving some damage. Hill Fort brings out over here. And looks like Blue's got more farmers in the field. There's that hero that provides massive AoE stuns. Some of these villagers need to fall back. There's Tempest for fire support, or ice support. Fort being built there. Huskar also forward over here, trying to engage these champion fire archers. Fafnir now advancing. Now Another AoE stun there by red. Fafnir does get killed off there, getting this one 300 gold. And we also got a decent number of mechanical ox caravans being pulled, has been pulled in field. Providing 39 gold, could always be better, but this map not so much. More Asgardian hill forts being established. Red still has lacking a decent amount of civilian population. So he has the caravans and plenty of gold, so and fishing boats which all not count at the civilian count rate here. So I wish they do. Champion Erdman now being summoned on the field. These champion fire archers will still cause a bit of issues. Of course, he does have an upgrade and make all of his infantry units there the anti-heroes. He can cause 20% damage against those heroes. Red's trying to pull out some more forward forces there. Another AoE stun there. More Huskars trying to move forward, which does not rely on food, but it does still rely on gold, which is starting to run low on. It does have some ox caravans on the field and has 2 going. Going for the draft horses, increasing siege weapon speed, as well as the coinage, increasing caravan speed. There's no trade his forces for a bit of time. They do have no masonry upgrades, which only costs food and wood, so maybe ready to get those queued up on the town center. And I think he just sold a bunch of resources for some gold. He just consumed all his gold reserve as well. Blue does have a much higher population cap and still has access to an age 4 Gillen Bassetti. Huskars pushing forward right now. They're doing 12 damage per strike, which is not bad. The rest of these champion type they are doing 22 damage, so they're a bit more cost effective, I believe. Oh, ox caravans. Where did those come from? These guys had a bit of misclick or something. I'm not sure where on earth those came from. There's no red town center over here. Nor village center for them to trade with. So I'm not sure what went on there. A pagoda stun there. They get by the force of protection up god power there. Both sides don't have too much favor at the moment. Of course, the blue did spend some onto the Asgardian Bastion. Another dragon's been summoned. Got these forces pushing over here, trying to break open the earthen gates. Oh, could this been an issue? He rolled. Either way, all the markers went down. Blue's trying to go for some outlying damage. He does have some portable batting rams. He's trying to break the earthen walls, which are upgraded from the various walls upgrades, or somehow it's also upgraded with iron upgrades. Now look along, just in some field. Red does not have too massive production queue there. Needs more food and wood. Civilian counts low once again. In fact, there's actually no more ships along the southern sea. So maybe where Red lost all his food income. Has decent amount of gold, but buy some food. His opponent probably sell off a good amount of food for gold, and maybe he'll buy the food for pretty cheap. I wonder if I can see the market exchange if I find a market. The trading with the dock there, that's not a good spot to trade. And maybe I'll see the market right here, right? Looks like buying food is no wait. Selling food is not great. Selling wood is even worse. Buying food is actually a bit expensive. And buying wood is cheap. Prolong does get picked off there. Yep, I can now pull that market in a control group in case I ever want to look back at it. What if I switch between players if I can still pull it up? Yes. But of course it means to be the same player. So there's some fortifications over here. Another pagoda has been summoned there. More Huskars being summoned. These number of range units in the field. Gillen Bracetti being the one in the field. It is age 4 Gillen Bracetti. Going to be difficult to deal with. He's actually going straight over here for some odd reason. Maybe to set reinforcements. Not sure what the Gillen Bracetti is trying to find. More Prolongs from the field. Goaties can easily take that out. Gillen Bracetti is cleaving through these fire archers. He is classified as a divine hero rather than mythic, so heroes won't be bonus answers him, but these anti-heroes technically would if they weren't on the same team. Unless, does divine hero means good for everything? Does divine hero means also is not classified as hero? Really stupid question, I have no idea. We have some more research here. We've got the Yalgar and the 9 waves, and more Huskarls, more Throwing Axemen, more Ulfsarks, and some more Goaties. Trying to go for this town center as well, or rebuild it. Chamber Fire Archers are counter infantry units, so they do not receive bonus damage from Throwing Axemen. He's going to need to focus on the dragons. They're pretty wounded there, so it won't take too much to knock them out. Huskarls have a good counter unit against these fire archers. These amount of fortifications over here, so supportable batteries for these while dealing with them. He's pushing over here, taking out the fire archers, slowly reinforcing though. More fire archers, more champion tiger cavalry. We do also have now the tax collectors there, because at this point in time, the market's still going to be pretty bad. Yep, right now, food, you can buy food and wood, so all the prices have been bottomed out for selling. Buying is, of course, dirt cheap now. Which, ooh, looks like a new wall. Could buy some food on discount. At that rate's not too half bad. It also could give indication to Blue of how well Red's economy is. If the food price, the purchase value of food and sell value of food goes up, means it could alert that his opponent is running low on food. Also, another way is him resigning from the game. The Zangrade saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to next replay. Whatnot browse games. Threes of one, and great here, another Age Mythology replay. So on top right side as the blue Gaia, we have Torgale. So on bottom left side as the red Freya, we got Kibber. Goats have been obtained, they're of course the goat. When it comes to relics on this map, we do have the text of Imovet, which does make your buildings construction faster, which is okay, nothing too significant. Armana's necklace gives you your village extra gold collection rate, very nice to have. Chariot of Cybele give you a pair of lions. And the 5-color stone of Nuwa gives your buildings 50% less cost of repairs, which is okay, but not super important. Generally, buildings are either alive or dead, not really in between, and for Gaia, less so much for the repair cost, since she does of course get some health regen on her buildings. Gaia, of course, can age up to Oceanus to give access to Palpapeltis damage, Murmello and Fanatic damage, and bleed. And frontline tactics, infantry hero cost reduction, or Leto, which is actually, I think, is a god that people should go more often. Spider is a pretty good god power to protect yourself. Automatons is a pretty nice defensive myth unit. This also makes you get reduced pierce damage, and of course your oracles can be better. For Freyr, of course, he has access to Freyja, give access to Cavalry and Valkyrie's hit points and speed, Valkyrie work rate, and hero hit points, so hero and Cavalry. Olar gives access to Draugrs, gives you longhouse speed and defensive units, and of course early battering rams. I think people don't go for Leto more often, though in this case, increased Pierce armor is not going to be super useful against the Norse, since they have ranged melee units in form throwing axemen. So not too particularly great, but the other option is Mellow damage and Palpapeltis damage, which are both melee infantry units there, which that same unit will be countered by the throwing axemen. I'm still more biased towards the less common god, plus the Spider Layer god power is pretty nice in protecting yourself from raiding cavalry. And plus, who doesn't want more favor generation for your oracles, especially when you start out with 3 of them. We have Oceanus there, which does also provide the Cauldron, excellent healer as a good alternative, and we do also have Olar there for the Draugrs. And the Asgardian Bastion. More Gaia Force, this time being summoned over there, maybe trying to protect the berries a little bit. Quadra forward for a bit of scouting, we'll spot the Draugr. It looks like both players are being a little bit defensive at the moment, or not aggressive, so we can fast forward. It still appears to be an eco phase. First year's being summoned versus some Murmellos, so blue may eye for a bit of aggression with the Murmellos. That's kind of throwing Axemans. And it does actually get them heroic. And we do also have the serrated blades, or the bite of the shark, which will give... Wasn't it actually originally called serrated blades in Gold Edition? Well, either way, it does give Murmellos increased damage and Fanatics increased damage by 5%. Nothing too significant. Also gives them bleed damage. It's honestly not super great. I don't really put much value in the bleed damage. And plus 5% damage is okay, but not a massive number. And it looks like blue has obtained the relic lines, which just gives them extra mass. They move at speed of 5, for Mellows move at 4.5 at the moment, so they can keep in good formation here. They have 70 health, 15 damage, which is actually quite nice, but horrible attack speed. It's free units. You can't really be begging for better units of free. And they also not classified as myth units, they're classified as magical lion. And so, they do not receive bonus damage from the first years. One, the old Sarks do get eaten there by the Carnivora.
Yo.
Both Relic Lions do go down, drawing quite a bit of damage there. The Carnivora has actually pretty good DPS. It does manage to live with 3 health remaining. The Carnivora says 20 damage, but I'm pretty sure that's also not exactly correct. I think like every single tentacle or vine provides that much damage. Also does have the instant kill effect. Decent amount of Marmellas there. Looks like the Caladria cannot heal up the Carnivore. Maybe it can. I don't know if it's classified as... It says Myth Unit, so if it's not classified as Structure, I think the Caladria should be able to heal it up. And it looks like he's trying to repair the structure up. He does have the reduced repair time cost or repair cost, so somehow that's being very useful right now. So, gotta eat crow right there. Got some healing there. Wait, I could probably select the Caladria as well. Guys, select there. Nope, they cannot heal up the Carnivora. It looks like it is classified as a building, even though it doesn't say in the description. If not, I won't. Should Caladria be able to heal Carnivora? Would that be overpowered? It might actually be a little bit overpowered if a Caladria could heal up Carnivora. Be a powerful combo because Carnivora are actually pretty good, like I mentioned beforehand. Able to instantly kill infantry units there, has pretty high DPS. I wonder if it was on Lush, we'll see some health regen, but we do have now Thea queued on up for Gaia, give access to Symphony Bird and Dryads. Lance of Stone and Poseidon's Secret, and Prophetic Sight and Daughter of the Sea. I don't know all the upgrades top of my head, my apologies. The Berserk did not take too much bleed damage there. I really believe the damage over time effects are far, far too weak most of the time. It's like like 1 damage at most. The bleed effects I don't think also stack, or they may stack, but still not worth it. I have no value in the damage over time effects. We do have now Thea being researched, as well as Hippie Free ready to be researched, or at least queued on up.
Scopus.
You can see here, this infantry unit there took like 1 or 2 bleed damage. It's not useful. We got some local doggos here as well, some Zodiac doggos. And do now the Asgardian Bastion being pulled out right there, just trying to secure this gold deposit. Also gives them projection towards over here. They is almost complete and nowhere near enough resources to age on up. Almost out of berries here as well, and cooked up some goats. The goats are pretty well fattened. So it looks like Gaia's in an ever increasingly good position right now. Oh. That old Stark just got bored. Carnivora. One of you don't like me saying that. Either way, got the heavy Marmello research now complete versus a good number of throwing axemen and berserks. Cherry Ballista is probably a good item to counter out. Throwing axemen are classified both as ranged and infantry, so Cherry Ballista will counter them. Cherry Ballista classifies ranged soldiers as well as siege weapon. Ager now queued on up. Give access to rock giants. Symphiline Bird here as well, which also provides bleeding damage. I have no idea how effective the bleed effect is. It's like the other bleed effects, probably not much. And I don't see the abilities there.
Skill point.
Yeah, the bleed effect's still not that good. Another carnivorous in front field to flank the throwing axeman. Does grab one of them. Got some Argus archers here, which are counter to melee infantry units there with plus 25% damage. Not a huge counter, but a decent enough one. And they also offer good range. Red is trying to fight in this choke point there. Know the old Sarks to push forward. Let the axeman fire from behind, but overall just simply outnumbered. And all those units are pretty wounded. Also got a decent number of Dryads in the field, which are not particularly great. They have just simply 0 population, which is really nice, actually. Got a Carnivore here, intercepting the reinforcements, very nice.
Yeah.
And we've got the Tempest now being summoned there as well, hitting Blue's forces. We've got the fight in the Tempest, so it's not great. And there's the Grok Giant. Red's force largely appears to be cleaned on up. Blue's is slowly moving on down. Reinforced here, but won't be able to break through the wooden gate as well. Symphiline Bird is being hit pretty hard by the wooden fortress, but also being hit by the Caladrias. And Blue's force will be cleaned on up. Looks like Blue's overall falling back. The 3 Caladrias are still alive. Red needs to get out some go to deal with these flying units. Going for more Argus archers, more Memellos. Like I said beforehand, I think the Chariot Ballista is not a bad item at the moment. Going for some bronze upgrades as well for Gaia. You can skip the bronze shields. You are fighting against the Norse, who has not too many sources of range damage. You have now the Prophetic Sight, giving increase Oracle work favor rate by 10% and increase 10% bonus. And able to see what, and if they spot a building, they can see what is in the production structure. It was actually a pretty fun ability. Is that global effect there? Oracles reveal enemy UI action, so it is the Oracle, not just global. Which is also a pretty fun effect. It's probably actually very difficult to make any use of that. We do now have the, the Ring of Oath there, reducing the cost of Asgard Bastions from 100 down to 40. He does also have a good amount of favor in the field, so you can start doing some Asgard, or summoning some Asgardian Bastions to help him out. This one, of course, receives for repairs. And a good number of barracks in the field. No counter barracks, though. That's the armor. Yeah, it looks like no counter barracks are on the field. Those girls may just try to build a towns over there. Could use an Asgard Bastion to camp it as well. Red still also has access to Gil and Bersetti. This Carnivore that he summoned initially is still alive. Asgardian Bastion being summoned right there. Melo's going straight for the structure. Another carnivore summon. It looks like the rock giant will be cleaned on up without hitting without being hit by any myth units. Dylan Bracetti now full in the field. Bush needs to run away, just avoid it for now. The Caladra may go slow down, but then again, it's classified as a hero, so may not be able to be slowed down and crippled by the Caladra.
Skopos.
Yep, she cannot hit the bore of the cripple. Or whatever it's called. No, I can't highlight what those abilities are actually named. This town center finally has been built. In this back one as well. So right now it's Triple Town Center. Just going for more Memellos, more Argus Archers, and some Destroyers. And we got the Symphony Bird that has been shot down. Argus Archers firing away. And we've got quite a bit of a split attack there. You can see multiple axes being casted there. So he just did a bit of focus firing there. Pascal's be very useful to gaze Argus Archers being the counter infantry unit there. Gatherin's trying to clear up the town center. Throwing Axeman gets inside the town center, just popping around, trying to deal with the Memellos as they advance. Argus Archers focus on some of these units as they start advancing. Does inside the town center. Does pop on the far side. They're streaming in some more forces now. The town center has been destroyed. More throwing Axon, more Huskarls being deployed in the field. You now have another Asgardian Bastion being summoned. Way over here. Maybe some other production structures up and going. And Red, who has a significant amount of favor, he could probably just try to save up some more favor to bring in another Tempest. Guy is now researching, what's this called? Frontline Heroics, make your promoting infantry units cost by 30%. Arena has plenty of food, some wood, not a lot of gold. Arena has plenty of gold, some wood we're worth, and a decent amount of food as well. And some of those dwarves are being picked on off. Got a forward palace there, so now Gaia can go to the next age. I'm always a bit more impartial to Hecate because I like the Tartaros Gate and Lampedes. But when it comes to gods, of course, the Lampedes does give Mythic Rejuvenation, gives some Mythic Unit Healing, which is probably not super important. It gives your Lampedes another instant kill. And Clarity makes your myth units attack faster, attack speed, and makes them faster. Makes all your myth units just generally better. Titan Shields make your destroyers take even less range damage. Not important in this situation. They fight against the Norse, and of course Argus upgrade, and Fanatics get better there. And of course Implode versus Tartarus Gate. Both are pretty good, but I think we'll prefer Implode. I like Tartarus Gate. Got some various research being queued on up. Got the 9 waves being queued on up, as well as stone walls. Allegedly stone walls. And blue's cleaning some villagers there. Red does not. This is where some stuff there. I'm not sure where Red's military is at. Looking, streaming in. Saw this army advancing. I'm sort of surprised he's in to take time to at least group up forces around here. And Red is losing a decent number of villagers. Could have got themselves town center, at least get them wide and provide some extra capabilities there. Huskarls and throwing axemen to push way forward, or old stocks to say. We got some Huskarls mixed on in though. Another carnivore has been summoned. Throwing axemen push way forward. Being picked up by the Argus archers. Looks like blue will get cleaned on up, but won't be great for red as a Pyrrhic victory. More Argus archers and more mellows being summoned.
Scopus.
Try and prep that town center now. More Argus archers, more Mamellos being summoned, and we do also have now Hecate being queued on up, give access, of course, to land paydays in the Tartarus Gate. Tartarus Gate seems like has always seemed like a great idea to lock down trade route. Some in the back line will divert a decent amount of forces. Over on Freyer's side, we have now Vidar queued on up. Destroyers got quickly ripped apart there. They're, of course, a anti-structure unit with higher pierce armor. They're all turned into a portable battering ram. We have now this hill fort being built. Blue's going to be able to engage it. Does get the hill fort built, trying to repair it in combat. I wonder if it still has that relic for cheaper repairs. Little battering ram summon, hitting that palace now. Another carnivore summoned out somewhere. Don't think Carnivore can instant kill villagers. In fact, they do 75% less damage versus villagers. Does eat a Huskar or an Old Sark there. Another Asgard badge is being summoned. And looks like guys going for some llama caravans. Both players have not actually started the age up while they have them queued on up. Both of them are capable of aging up, just borrowing resources. Another round of Huskarls engaging Argus Archers, very nice. Try to rebuild this town center there. Got good many destroyers destroying some various infrastructure. Red is actually at overpop cap due to lack of town centers now. Destroyers advance down to these incomplete town centers though, doing some great damage on their construction. Got nearly below half health there. Trying to pair it up in combat as well. He looks like he will not save the town center. Carmelo is now pushed forward to help him deal with it. Blue's just streaming more reinforced across the map, so is Red trying to defend himself. Max population is going to become more and more of a problem for Red, but right now Blue's having trouble staying maxed out. Of course, we need more food before she can age on up. And Tartar's Gate may be particularly effective right now, seeing how weakened Red is. Red, on the other hand, does need more sources of food. Looks like he's lacking a food income. He has some wood he can turn to some farms. He's probably going to try to restore these farms. That was not a watchtower, but a stone wall, allegedly stone wall. And now do have Hecate being researched. And it looks like Blue is actually stealing some of these delicious boar. Which these guys may be a little bit too far forward to say the least. Huskarls will spot them. Citizens falling back to the fortified town center. Huskarls are fast. Another Asgardian batch is being summoned. Llama Caravan's trading rate here provides 48 gold. Red's rebuilt a decent amount of infrastructure, has recovered a good amount of villagers. Food is still a big problem for Red. Maybe task these villagers here and go to the farms. Vidar now being queued on up. Got some Ox caravans being deployed in the field. If Hecate can identify it, such as this Oracle there, should summon the Tartan Gate right here and just cause issues with any further trade. Tartan Gate is spawned out right there. Now, honestly, I don't think it's a great spot. I think Tartan Gates do well on the back line to cause issues for your opponent. rather than trying to find front line, which may also cause issues for yourself. Tartan spawn are pretty good, and they should respawn pretty quickly. So it's nothing a small force can clean up, and there is a good amount of tartan spawn on the field. This is a temporary reprieve for blue to rotate around. Definitely a bad spot for this right here in a good spot. Fire siphon firing away. Lampades here. Lampades, of course, can make units frenzy. In the Gold Edition, it was like a permanent frenzy, where it actually becomes a Mother Nature unit. Don't think it's like that anymore. I think it's like a temporary frenzy, but still, it should be upgraded now to also get a polymorph ability, so you effectively have access to instant kills, since frenzy is something that's effectively instant kill. The Infernal was summoned there. Argus Archers overall has both been playing a very good number of forces there. I still think Cherry Bliss would be a little bit better in this situation, though a little bit slower, of course. We haven't seen too many reinforced druids. There's maybe an oversight for Gaia, because they should still cost... Oh, I think I heard one there. No, that was the Lampades getting hit. Because the druids should still be 0 favor, right? Yep. And Gaia has plenty of wood, so there should be more dryads. Blue is... Gaia's also earning for some fanatics, which are a good anti-infantry tool that made the best asset, other than against throwing axemen right now. But these Huskarls is what's giving some big issues, but fanatics should be a good complementary unit there. Plus, they do have the +5 some damage from the serrated blades. Red's able to recover quite significantly. One thing that helps out is all the extra food generation from those fortresses there. And Blue actually back to the game. Great comeback by Red. That's Angry saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And that shall be for my last replay tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good evening.